Okay. Okay. We're calm. We are calm. We are calm, cool, and collected. It isn't as if I have any complicated feelings on the matter. Nope. That's why I've made this video today. Never mind that I've re-recorded this video 8 times before now. Never mind that it kept getting longer and longer until it surpassed the 40-minute mark. Never mind that during one recording I shouted so loud I ended up crying. Never mind the fact that every time I think I've properly nailed down my feelings, the rug comes right out from under my feet. Never mind that I have been trapped inside a hell of my own creation every single time I try to make an edit. Nope. Calm. Hello. My name is Bob Wess, and today we are going to look into my feelings about Destiel in Supernatural. So yeah, 8 times. I have complex feelings, and a lot of them. Standard disclaimer, these are only my opinions, and they are tinted through the lens I wear as a bisexual man married to a bisexual man. Establishing facts. Is Destiel canon? No. Is it semi-canon? Yes. Is it implied? Yeah. To recap, Cass admits he loves Dean and is sent to ultra spooky hell. Dean promptly forgets 15 minutes later, and he never thinks about this whole debacle again. And to the 6 or so naysayers who click this video for some reason, trying to make the argument that Cass meant it like a brother, I would like to refer you to Misha himself.
Castiel tells Dean he loves him, and basically makes Destiel canon, which is fans are kind of freaking out over that. And then to complicate matters, he dies right after that. So
Dean or Castiel?
Castiel. So Castiel makes this homosexual declaration of love, and then which is amazing that happens, and then he and then he dies right after, which plays into like a timeless Hollywood trope of kill the gays.
Unpopular opinion time. Let's get this out of the way now so we can swim back to safer waters before you leave. I was satisfied with how they portrayed their relationship for most of the show. If someone gave me full powers to go back and make any changes to Destiel becoming canon, I would probably go back to that kitchen in episode 19, and Dean would tell Sam that Cass said he loved him, and Dean would lament that he didn't manage to say it back. And that is it. That's the change. Because then, when they get to heaven, and Cass isn't tumbling eternally through the abyss, it means a future for them. Because I do think that their love was canon, but I never thought either character's journey or interactions were anything but what those two would do. That being established, let's get some background on how I got involved with this shit show. I started to watch Supernatural just as Season 7 was wrapping up on air. I want you to try to envision the 7 years at this point that my friends have been trying to insist that I watch this show literally the entire time it'd been on, and each time I was like, because it's really hard to actually get me to consume any new media. Anyway, I only know Season 7 was wrapping up because by the time I was approaching Season 6 ending, suddenly there was a new season for me to consume, and thank God, because this is something I could not handle being on a cliffhanger. By the first time I ever watched a single episode of the show, I had heard of Destiel as a ship. And here's where my unpopularity at least triples. I have watched a lot of media with gay ships that I do not agree on. I'm talking about Sherlock and John. I'm talking about Arthur and Merlin. And if anyone wants me to deep dive into my feelings on those, let me know. But when I started Supernatural, I was fully expecting that Destiel was just another one of those. So I started the show. My entire knowledge going into Supernatural, and I mean all of it, was as follows. The 3 characters are Sam, Dean, and Castiel. Castiel is an angel. Dean and Cass are supposedly either in love or supposed to be in love. And then I also knew that their dad was a demon and one of them was Superman, but that's because of half listening in on a conversation between 2 friends once and then mistaking Supernatural for Smallville. But I figured out my mistakes and such by episode 6 or 7. Anyway, I had no idea when Cass showed up. I was very confused when he wasn't just there at the start. Then he was introduced in Season 4, and I was like, yeah, it's another John Locke thing. And then I watched it progress to Season 6, and I was like, oh, I stand corrected. This show has been going on half of my life. And as of now, I have believed these characters had a developing love for 8 years. But see, I was content just knowing it in my heart and seeing it come out naturally. Because if it was said, if season 9, Dean would just tell Cass, I love you, then the story halts. It really would have made the story come to a standstill to deal with that, whatever that would look like. And boy, if I don't trust that they would have made that look good. And not only that, but then every single decision has to be looked at in the light of potential relationship drama. It takes an incredible amount of time away from the story, and I like the story. You'll notice that they didn't let Sam have a longer term relationship until the last season. It was safe then to do it without worrying about how muddy it could get later on in the show, and all of season 15 they knew where Cass and Dean ended, and I think they played that lead up well. They really pushed them through their paces with the rupture, all the way through Dean's forgiveness and leading into Cass's dying confession, and I'll address how they dropped the ball at that point later, as well as re-record some of my prior thoughts on 1518, as I have even more time to think it through. But in my opinion, the action spoke loud enough for me, and I felt gratified to have it put into words that at least halfway it was not imagined. It'd be nice if we got some confirmation on the other half. We'll get into that later. And it's been obvious to me since season 6 that Dean loved him back. Besides that, Dean is bisexual, and I will die defending that hill. You can't convince me that him and Lee weren't about to fool around when John interrupted them and caught them drunk before a case. And in upcoming videos, you'll hear me talk about distribution of episodes and story guidelines and various writers and what parameters they had to write in to keep the narrative coherent over a season. In a fit of insanity recently, I made a very long and unnecessary color-coded reference guide to see what I thought as key moments in the development of Cass and Dean's relationship, both good and bad, through the seasons, so I could see what writers wrote what directors did what. So that's the level of sane we're at here. Alright, this video may not be approaching the 40-minute mark, but here's how I'm going to break it down. I'm going to look at Dean and Cass season through season. The ups, the downs, my opinions on writing, my opinions on the circumstances, the good, the bad. I'm really going to dissect this to get it out of my brain and get it out into the world once and for all. And then I'm going to look at the last 3 episodes on their own, and we are going to go on this magical journey together. So keep an eye out for that if you are interested in that, and if you aren't, keep an eye out for everything else I do that will be probably way less obsessive. So like and subscribe if you're insane, a masochist, or just really like the sound of my voice. I'll be updating a much lighter comedy crack video next, so we'll be seeing ya real soon. Goodbye.